Hi, how are you? I hope you're living your best life. My name is Seraphim, and I am currently in downtown Grenada in Cali, Colombia. So today I was thinking about doing like top 10 things that I love about traveling because I've been traveling here for about like 4 months ish. Um, I was in Brazil for about 3.5 months. I'm going to be in Cali, Colombia for at least 6 months. Well, I'll definitely be in Colombia for 6 months. I don't know if I'll be in Cali, but that's a different story for a different day. Currently, I am studying Spanish and Afro Latina history, just in general. Before, when I was in Brazil, I was studying Portuguese. Eu falo português muito bom. Or I shouldn't say that. Eu falo português melhor espanhol. I do not speak Spanish that good. But I try. um, I'm currently in a public park because I thought that the scenery would be adorable. And low key, it kind of is. It really does eat. Since I've been traveling and I am joining the group of people who call themselves digital nomads, um, I kind of wanted to talk about what is it like being a nomadic person. Which one thing I would definitely say that is so interesting is the fact that human beings are so circular. Like for the longest time in history, like I would say maybe a couple of millennia ago, human beings were known as nomadic beings, right? A lot of indigenous and African tribes talk about being like back in history. Probably not so much now. Talk about being nomadic beings, changing places that they would settle at depending on the season and depending on the harvest and stuff. And it's crazy because now, even though we're in this digital age, due to the insane housing costs, people are kind of like, due to the insane living costs in general, people are like, how do we, live a more globalized existence? Like, how do we just kind of move place to place depending on the affordability? Because I'm not gonna lie, and maybe I'll get into this in another video. I'll talk about like how I actually started um becoming a nomad. I feel like it's something that I've always low key wanted to do, but I didn't really get that push until let's say the whole ice situation. I'm from Minneapolis for context. But without further ado, I am gonna go ahead and start talking about. I'm gonna give like 5 negative reasons and then low key 10 positive ones, because yes, for every bad thing, there's like twice as many good things happening, is what I choose to believe. So yeah, let's get into it. Also, too, if this is your very first video of me, hi. Oh my god, nice to be acquainted with you. I'm so happy that you clicked this video. Welcome. Feel free to subscribe or follow me on this little journey of being like a nomad. Thank you. I appreciate that. So, number I feel like the more I do these videos, the better that I will get at speaking to nobody. I am not good at that right now. I'm so honestly, filming TikToks are so much fucking easier than doing YouTube videos. But you know what, bitch? Fuck it, we follow the AdSense. Fuck it, we follow the AdSense, bitch. We go where the money is. And from what I hear, YouTube pays more than like all of the other ones combined. Okay, any hoodle canoodles? Let's get into it. Okay, negative reason number one of traveling. If you're traveling to like, I don't even want to call them like second, third world, basically any non-Western country, the internet low key is going to be shisty. It's gonna be shaky. And that is something that I didn't realize. I didn't realize that that was a situation everywhere because, for context, like I am not just like a regular remote worker that works with spreadsheets. Like I am a cam girl. So I am somebody who needs a really fast internet because I rely on that for my live streams. You know what I'm saying? Like, would you subscribe or would you pay for a private show from a girl trying to take off her clothes and she's like hella pixelated? Absolutely the fuck not. So that is something that I've noticed I had to kind of work around and like talk to the landlords and talk to the property owners ahead of time about like how fast is your internet, like bitch, like low key, because I will pay more. I need my internet because that is my job. So yeah, it sucks, bro. It sucks everywhere. If you are a remote worker and maybe you don't do as many, let's say, Zoom meetings, right? Like for me personally, like I have to live stream for at least like 4 hours at a time in order for me to make the money that I need to live and survive. But let's say if you maybe only need like one or two Zoom calls a week, then like it's not really that serious. You know what I'm saying? Okay, negative reason number two. So, people talk a lot about loneliness and isolation in regards to traveling just in general. But I'm going to say, like, as somebody who is a sex worker, like, being a sex worker, this is going to be me, like, deglamorizing sex work. But just like being a sex worker is uniquely isolating in the sense that I cannot, like, stay at a hostel. You know what I'm saying? And I can't do that because when you are in a hostel, like you are trading your privacy for like cheap living, right? Like, and I can't do that. So not only is it a little bit more expensive being a sex worker, which is like fine, whatever. My rent currently is like 450 a month. So not only is it like more expensive, it's also just kind of isolating because the places that you would make friends, you can't really, um especially when you are staying in countries where you don't speak the language. Now, ahora aprendiendo español, pero now no mucho bon is not good as you can bien now mucho bien as you can tell. Like I can't really speak it very well. I've only been studying it for like a couple of weeks, so it's, I need a lot of practice. And yeah, so I've been here for about a couple of weeks and I have not really made any friends. Whereas like if I was staying in a hostel, it would probably be easier for me to make friends. Now, like, obviously, I have my friends back home that I talk to, and I have my tutor and stuff. Like, there are people that I socialize with. Like, today, even last week, like, I went salsa dancing. I met a few folks, like, but I wouldn't say that I have any, like, genuine connections. I have, like, my regular socializing, but, like, other than that, it's kind of dead out here. You know what I'm saying? Which sucks. It sucks a little bit, especially because low key, I'm one of the last extroverts out here. Okay, there's not many of us alive, and yeah, it's a little bit of a struggle. It's a little bit of a struggle. But as soon as I become fluent, like bitch, we're back. You know what I'm saying? So if anything, like it provides me more encouragement to like study as much Spanish as possible, which I do. Like I practice almost every day to get as good as possible because Lord knows, like I need it. Okay, negative reason number three. Um, okay, so they are raising the rent everywhere, bitch. Like living cost is expensive everywhere. This is not just something that is happening that is unique to the United States. And there are so many places that like you have to be careful where you shop as like a nomad because like they're charging American prices out here, bro. And again, the reason why I left was because I could not afford American prices. Okay, well that was like part of it, so it's like I cannot pay these American prices, bro. I am broke. And many of the tourist attractions even will charge like even more, you know what I'm saying? Like I visited some places and they were charging like $200-300 for experiences that were like we're walking around, like these are walking tours. What the fuck are we talking about right now? Like you don't need $150 for like a walking tour. um just like certain things like that where I'm like, hey, hey, no. um what was it? Oh, negative thing number four. So I just had like a terrible time in Rio, and I think I just added like, yeah, I think I added like loneliness, but I think I'm gonna switch it up. What is my other reason? Damn, I think I wrote this entry and I was like feeling super lonely because I basically wrote loneliness like 3 times. Jesus Christ. No, I was broke when I wrote this. I was broke and lonely. I think because the first three reasons make sense, and then the last two reasons I wrote were basically the same fucking thing. Oh my god, bitch! These are not separate reasons. Oh my god. Oh, I think I just wrote like I had a shit time in reading. This is how you know, like I do not write for an audience. Like, and this is why I always wonder about being an influencer, like a content creator, because I do not write structurally enough for a fucking audience, bro. Like I am just a free thought ass nigga. Anyways, we're moving on to the positives because I have a lot. So, sometimes you will literally eat the best thing in the world on a random Wednesday afternoon. That was literally me in Rio. That was me in Salvador. That was me here. Okay, empanada bequillo, bocadilla. It's like empanada guayaba. It's basically this empanada with cheese and guava, and it is the best snack I have ever had. And I had that shit just going to a random bakery one day. Like, it wasn't even nothing serious. I was like, like, that's sweet. I want something sweet. And she was like, I think you'll like this. Do you like guava? And I was like, sí, claro, senora. Give me some. She gave me some, bro, and I literally orgasmed in my fucking mouth, bitch. Like, I did not know what the fuck to do after that. That was amazing. And then even in Rio, I had this like filet mignon sandwich, bro. So basic, but the way that they made it was orgasmic. I did not know what the fuck to do with myself. That and the maracuja and the maracuja mousse, the passion fruit mousse. Wow, wow, wow. One of my favorite things about Latin America, I will say, is that they have passion fruit everything. They have passion fruit juice, they have passion fruit pudding, they have passion fruit yogurt, they got passion fruit, the fruit, and it eats. It tastes amazing every fucking time, and I'm in love with it. Um, so yeah, sometimes you'll just eat the best thing on like a random Wednesday afternoon, and like genuinely speaking, you will find joy again. It like there will be like so crazy. Okay, number two, you will learn languages. Like, honestly, I feel like unless you're an asshole or racist, honestly, just basic. Oh my god, there was a bug on me. There was a bug on me. Bugs like to crawl up on me because they know I'm pre-diabetic. They know I have the sweet blood. Anyways, there are if unless you're racist and an asshole or both, you will learn about languages and cultures in very intimate ways. So my Spanish teacher, for example, is like, she's a Caleño, right? Like, she's from Cali. She grew up in the area, so she tells me about like places to go. She tells me about some of the history here, like back in 2021, how there was like a 90-day like the city was on fire for like 90 days protesting. I think if I could find it, there was an iconic photo even of these protesters being like hosed down, and like it's just like this group of people like behind this cardboard, like trying to again stand strong and continue to fight back against the cops, which like period Colombianos from Minneapolis, props. But yeah, just things like that where I would have probably not known otherwise. I don't really tend to do a lot of research before I visit the countries that I go to. I just find where they have black people and I pop in. And then I'm like, I will rub some elbows. I'm going to hang out. I'm going to talk to some people and I'll figure it out from there. And do every time. So yeah, you will learn languages and you'll learn cultures in a very intimate ways, because a lot of the people that I even talk to, like, I don't really even meet up with tourists a lot, like in my everyday, just like going around doing stuff. Obviously because I am a gringo, like I do my little gringo activity. Like today's gonna be Gringo Tuesdays, where we're gonna be practicar español. But you know, just generally, like the majority of the people that are here are from here, if that makes sense. It's not like New York, where like you're walking around, you're like, oh, where are you from? And like 60% of the time, like the motherfucker's not from there. You know what I'm saying? And so because like they grew up here, they have a lot more familiarities, which I think is just really fucking cool. I think that's just cool as fuck. So number three, numero tres, your photos will be bomb. And I'll post some examples, but your photos are gonna be the bomb.com. You're gonna look gorgeous. You're gonna be incredible. Okay. Instagram gonna be popping. All right, especially if you're like me and you like to be outside. I love walking around. I love taking photos. I love just doing shit like that. Because I keep losing my diaries, so I know for a fact that printing them out does not make sense. I gotta put them up in the cloud, bro. That's why I will pay that $2.99 monthly. Number four, and I know this is going to be kind of like people are gonna, because a lot of people talk shit about folks that tend to travel a lot, but on like dead ass, you will just become a more interesting and cooler person as the more that you travel. You just will. Like, I'm sorry, bro. Because you've just seen more places. If you travel and you become more lame, I would genuinely be shocked. Like, could not be me, bro. Because again, you learn just so fucking much. Like, you're basically, and this just makes my Gemini rising shit happy, but it's like you learn so much shit. Um, all at once. Like, I couldn't imagine you not developing as a person because of just of the amount of shit that you see, bro. I like the amount of people that you see, the amount of people that you meet, the studying of like socio-political issues in the area, like a better understanding of like local politics and shit and how they could function differently from the world that you're used to, you know? Hell, just like learning about America's impact abroad in a very real way. Like, I don't know, yeah, if you don't become like a cooler and more interesting person. Bro, I remember this one time I literally was just walking home from
Bruh,
grocery shopping and there were
who
these three
pig is
girls walking and
this?
there was the most massive, if I could find the photo or the video, I'm gonna post it right
I'm
here. There was the most
crying.
biggest fat ass fucking pig I've done ever seen. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and these are everyday fucking occurrences. Like, I was going to the market to go shopping, bro, and I almost got hit in the face with a chicken. Like, it's shit like that where it's like, this is so sitcom-y and funny and cool as fuck. Like, you know? Okay. Numero cinco. You develop a stronger amount of trust in yourself. Like, it becomes immense and you become a more confident person. Or at least I did. I don't know about the rest of yous. But like there have been so many times when, because again, I'm like learning two different languages, right? So it's like I'm studying these languages. That's hard. That is a hard thing that takes time. It's very Sisyphusian, right? You are pushing up this boulder every day, and little by little you are making some distance, you know what I'm saying? But it doesn't make it any less harder. There's so many times where I stay embarrassing myself. There was one time I was like, tengo 26 años, and they were like, damn it, bitch, you just said that you have 26 booties. Do you know what I'm saying? Or like when I was speaking Portuguese, I was like, quiero cucu, agua de cucu, which like means poop. You know what I'm saying? Or was it coco? One of the two. It was like somebody was like, huh? Como? Como? Repitamente? Like, you know what I'm saying? Repetir? Como? You know, nigga, I just asked for poop water. Like, and it's like, those are just, and again, you're doing this shit in front of like strangers most of the time, right? Like random vendors or like people at the cafe and shit. And you just take that shit. When I said I had 26 anuses, um, where the fuck was I think I was talking to like this baddie when I was salsa dancing. And that shit was embarrassing as fuck. She looked at me like I was crazy, but you know, I am thick. I don't know if it's 26 booty cheeks thick, but I am thick. But yeah, it's like you just become more confident because you are doing the hard thing every day. You are doing something hard every day. You are practicing that muscle of exposing yourself for low key rejection. Because there are some people that are kind of rude. I'm not gonna lie. When I was in Rio specifically, them people is rude as fuck. If you don't know Portuguese, bro, they do not play. They do not play. Like, você no Rio fala português. Like, yeah, but at least they were like that to me. I don't know. Everybody acts like they have a spiritual awakening when they go to Rio, but it was not the case for me, bro. They were strict. Um, but yeah, it's just kind of like you deal with that like rejection, people kind of looking at you funny, you have that exposure, and again, you are by yourself, and a lot of the time like your friends back home aren't really gonna understand, so you just kind of have to thug it out, and it's fine. Like, you kind of, a lot of shit just kind of rolls off your back, and you kind of hit this point because you deal with so much resistance sometimes. Like, I remember when my apartment flooded. ah ah different story, but it's like I just hit this moment of zen. When I tell y'all, I was so calm. I had $10 in my account, wasn't gonna get paid for another week. Like, my apartment was flooded. Luckily, my clothes were fine, my computer was fine, like everything that was like needed actually, except for like some clothes. Some clothes were half of my clothes were flooded, the other half weren't. And I literally just like, I remember I got up, I walked to a park, I ate ice cream, and I just kept it pushing, bro. It was never that, like, it's, you just hit this period of zen because you're like, okay, well, I know that tomorrow is coming, it's really not that serious. Fuck shit happens every day, and I know that I can handle it. So there's no need to like give into the hopelessness. There's no need to just fucking sit down. I mean, I cry about it a lot. I cry a lot, actually. I cry at least once a week. But it's like, it's just cause like cortisol leaves through the eyes, baby. Okay? It's just vibes. It's not that serious. Let a bitch ball. She's gonna get it. She's gonna get it together. She's gonna get it together. I promise you. My makeup's just gonna be fucked up. But we could always remake this face. It's fine. Number 6. You learn about the harm of the choices that you don't make, basically. So this is where when people say like, oh yeah, during travel you learn a lot about yourself, that's so fucking true. Like, for example, if I don't make enough plans for myself, like if I don't have activities and stuff set up, the way that my brain will go to mush, like if I don't like walk somewhere every day, like I need to do something, at least one thing every fucking day. I can't have no days off. And that's just how I function, okay? But it's like if I just spend the whole day doing nothing, I become like depressed. Like I become like, oh shit, like I'm frozen and I become heavy. I cannot have days like that. You know what I'm saying? I used to be able to have days like that, bro, but now those days make my back hurt. I'm not young no more. I can't just laze around. All right. I need to use that inertia, that movement to continue to fling and propel me forward to where the fuck I'm trying to go. But yeah, I gotta move my body at least like for an hour every day. I gotta like do something every fucking day. Cause if I don't, it starts to like, it gets at my brain, y'all, so bad. So yeah, like those are, so you kind of learn more a little bit about like your habits, your tendencies, your choices, okay? Um and how to start to kind of like work around them, which is very important. Number 7, you will randomly see like the best thing in the world on a random Tuesday. I'm being so serious. You will. Like for example, when I was in Rio, when I got to the top of Pão de Açúcar, bro, I literally was like, tears were welling up into my eyes. I've never seen something so beautiful, so fucking beautiful and gorgeous. It's getting windy. It's getting windy now, and I'm scared. I'm a little scared. It's getting windy. But yeah, I've never seen something like so beautiful, so amazing. When I was in Salvador, I remember randomly I saw like this nebulous, gorgeous, beautiful. I will post pictures if I can. What is it? Fucking now that I'm in Cali, I was sitting at one of the mountaintops and I just had this perfect overview of the city. Wow! Like the world, y'all, is so beautiful. I really wish that we didn't live under this fucking white supremacist patriarchy capitalistic cabal. Okay? I really wish we didn't, because the world is such a beautiful fucking place just naturally, and we are trying to kill it. Like it's so, oh my god, this shit irks me so bad. Which is also nothing, like as an American, I really try my best to be like, okay, like what are ways that I can completely cut out my consumption on certain things? You know what I'm saying? Like how can I consume more mindfully? Like I don't give to any American corporations here. I try my best to not even give to corporations in general. Like I'll shop at the vendors, I'll go to the little markets and shit. Like I really try my best. The only times that I ever be going to the mall is for clothes, because unfortunately, like again, I'm a very curvy lady. Okay, I have, you know, grande bonda chichos. I think that's how you say titties. I don't know, but it's like I'm a very curvy lady, and the vendors, they don't have plus sizes, bro. It's very rare, or they rip very easily in my experience. So okay, moving on. Number 8, you will have good stories to tell. Like when I was dancing all night in Salvador during San Juan with this guy that I met at this language exchange class. Like that shit was fucking lit, bro. That shit was lit as fuck. Like what do you mean? First of all, it was not only lit, but it was like so niche, because everybody talks about San Juan, or everybody talks about Carnival when it comes to Brazil. Bitch, San Juan is like a regional holiday that's like big as fuck. Like it's not as big as Carnival, obviously, but it's huge, okay? If and it's not really celebrated in Rio, by the way. I think it's only celebrated in northeastern Brazil. and in Portugal. But yeah, like just these random ass holidays that you just kind of get swept up in, and now you're samba dancing in the middle of the street with like 200 other people. It's lit. It's lit. Um, or the time that I got invited to like a favela party, motherfuckers was walking around with AK-47s. I had this one girl, she was like, "Don't be afraid. I know that they're like guns and stuff." And I was like, "Yo, so those Estados Unidos. I'm from America, girl. We have guns everywhere. Like, I went to school in the South. Please." She was like, and she laughed at that. She was like, "Period. You're funny." Or like now that I'm in Cali, like I'm about to go check out some waterfalls this week. You know, don't go chasing waterfalls. And I'm about to, and circling back to the whole like confidence thing, like you do become a braver person when you travel. Like ever since I was a kid, I wanted to ride a motorcycle. I wanted to be the one driving a motorcycle. This is back when I used to be Muslim, so I imagined myself with like a niqab and just like a super long jilbab, zigzagging in and out of traffic, cussing people out under my niqab, snitching on them to God and stuff. And granted, I still don't know how to ride a motorcycle. I don't even know how to drive in general. But I did get to ride a motorcycle. I ride a motorcycle now every fucking day, bitch. Literally, just to get home. It's like $2. Like, yeah, let me hop on that motorcycle. Let me feel the wind in my hair. Like I don't care. But yeah, it's like that's what I'm saying. You will just have fucking good stories, bro. You'll have good stories to tell. You'll meet a lot of interesting people. It's lit. It's lit. It's lit only, I would say, if you are an introverted person, I'm sorry, but this is not the lifestyle for you. And it's like, no, if you are an extroverted person, bro, if you like to find events, if you like to get to know people, if you like to know the tea, like I love to gossip, cheese me, cheese me, cheese me. Um, but okay, number 9. And generally speaking, I know I was saying before, like, you damn bitch, like, it's just generally speaking, things are cheaper here. I'm just broke. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just an impoverished individual in general. I'm still building up my career as like a cam girl, and I used to be like an escort. I would definitely will circle back to that, but anyways, I just like generally things are cheaper here. I just need to build my career back up, or not even back up. I've only been camming for like a year, and I know a lot of people act like sex work is just like super fast money. And I feel like, yes, if you're super lucky or you work like really, really hard, like, yes. But for me personally, I'm a little bit more like I like to go on my own pace. I like to take things slow. Like, there's a reason why I chose Latin America. Like, I'm a little bit like, maybe working like 25 hours a week, shit like that. I'm very calm about it. So eventually, as time goes on, I'll be able to become more financially stable. Because again, I'm at the beginning of my career. I've only been doing this for like a year. But as things continue, we'll be chilling. Okay, number 10 and the finale. Numero 10. Ochima, Ochima, Ochima. I really like being the person I'm becoming. My wardrobe, period. My new hair, good. My face, increíble. Muito bonita. I really like the person I'm becoming. Like the way that I look too. I really look beautiful. I'm not gonna lie. Like I went from someone who I was moving so fucking. Oh my god. And I think it's because I used to be poor, but y'all, before I was moving so fucking fast for no reason. Like, just constantly in service mode to other people. Really, like, I was on that peak people pleaser vibe. And people talk about, like, I was a people pleaser in the sense of like being an organizer. I was really out here trying to take the world's problems as like my own. And the switch from like being a servant to becoming an entertainer has been just really amazing. Like, I'm having a great fucking time. I like using my body more, like, as a form of expression. Like, bitch, I like DJing my genitalia. Like, I really don't give a fuck. I don't know if I can say this on YouTube. Can I say this on YouTube? But no, it was like I was just running around all of the time. I always had like a million and 10 things to do. And don't get me wrong, like I still usually have a lot of shit going on, right? Like I'm learning Spanish, I read books, I go dancing, I have friends that I talk to, there's tours that I'm going on. But like these are all things for like my own enjoyment. Whereas like before, a lot of the things that I had lined up were just kind of like really organizing things and or just kind of like the people that I was hanging out with were not like fruitful. Oh my god, I really don't want to get into that, bro. But it's like the space, the when people say yes, some of it is you, but also like my environment really played into the person that I kind of hated, high key. Like I was an alcoholic before. I had a really bad problem with alcohol, and I was like, I'm basically sober. I don't really drink much anymore, which is like insane because I used to drink every day for years. Oh my god, it was so bad. Um, but yeah, it's like now I'm a lot more introspective. I would say that like I'm willing to meet the resistance where it is like in any part of my life, you know, because again, you're exercising a lot of these muscles, like not knowing how to dance. Like, yeah, I cannot dance. I know I have the body for it though, which is why I'm taking classes, but I cannot dance. You know, I don't really know many languages, but I'm studying two right now, you know, not together. I'm gonna start studying Portuguese when I go back to Brazil, okay? But because I'm not trying to have that Espanol, what is it called? Espanolese, where people mix Portuguese and Spanish. Espanolese, yeah, I'm not trying to have that accent. But no, I really like the person that I kind of turned out. I wasn't expecting for her to come out. But no, I'm so much lighter. I'm so much more like, what's the word? I don't know. I feel smarter. I feel smarter. I feel a lot more self confident. I feel more beautiful. And I think I wouldn't have been able to experience that if I stayed at the place where I was and didn't take up this lifestyle. And again, like I can get more into the lifestyle later of like what is it like, because it is kind of stressful having to move from place to place constantly. Like living out of your two suitcases is not fun all the time. Like sometimes you want to have a place where you're just like staying at for like, I don't know, like 7, you don't have to think about where you're gonna be at for the next like month, you know. But I also would not go back to the life that I had before at all, not even remotely. But yeah, please let me know if you have any questions. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you had something to eat today. And I hope I get to see you again. All right. Um, okay, that's my video. Bye.